Hi guys, it's me, and this video is going to be a tutorial. I have had tons of people ask me how I curl my hair, just kind of what I do, and I thought that I would finally take the time to do a tutorial because my daughter was napping, she's finally feeling better, and my kids were happily playing downstairs, so I thought, oh well, I'll take this time to actually take a shower and do my hair up and stuff and all of that junk. So if you want to see how I did this whole like curly hairdo thingy, keep watching, and if you'd like to see how I did this makeup look, I actually made a video on that as well, and that will be somewhere on my channel too. So keep watching if you want to see. So what I'm going to be doing is I have been heating up my trusty curling iron for the past, I don't know, 15 minutes. I kind of left it going while I did my makeup. This is the Conair. I have no clue what kind of curling iron it is. This thing is super old. It's seen me through breakups in high school, first dances, first kisses, you name it. This thing is just super old. It's even still got that weird dial on the side. Like, I don't even know. I don't know what to tell you guys. It works really well for me, so I'm not going to get rid of it and buy a new one because it still works really well for me. So this is by Conair, like I said. I want to say this is a 2-inch barrel. Does that look like a 2-inch barrel to you guys? I don't know. It's not clipless. I don't really know if I'm a huge fan of clipless. I've tried one once and it just seemed like a whole lot of work. But yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by separating my hair in half. Like from the nape of my neck, I use my middle finger and I pull it so that way half is on this side and half is on this side. So I don't use any clips. I like to, like I said, I don't know. I like to keep things to a bare minimum, but I'm going to brush my hair out. I did not blow dry my hair. I let it dry while I do my makeup because that's less heat damage to my hair. I do not use a heat protectant. You guys can all curse at me right now if you want, but that's just not something I use. My hair easily gets weighed down, so I just don't use it. So I am going to start off pulling from the back of this side, and I'm going to curl everything going away from my face. I'm not going to alternate. I'm just going to curl everything away from my face. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to pull it, start spinning. Spin, spin, spin. And my ends are probably really dry compared to some people's, but I don't care. I don't care. It's my hair. Leave me alone. I'm just going to hold it here and wait. I don't really time how long I spend on each curl because, I don't know, I just don't. I just kind of feel if it's like hot, then I take it off. So I'm going to take that off. And then I'm left with like this nice little curl right here. Can you see that? Can you see that curl? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hair. I'm going to take my hairspray. I use the Herbal Essence spray. This is what it looks like. It's called for Flexible Control. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to really quickly, just real quickly spray that one curl. I'm going to throw it behind my neck. And then I'm going to grab another piece. I'm just going to continue doing this throughout my whole head. Like I said, I'm going to keep pulling about 1 to 1.5 inch pieces. I'm going to keep curling them away from my face, all the same direction, letting them go, spraying them with hairspray real quick, and then throwing them behind my head. So I'm going to do that, and then I will get back to you. Okay guys, so this is what my left side looks like. I just got it all done being curled, and now I'm going to move on to my right side, doing the same exact thing. So I'm going to start on my right side, and I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to grab 1 to 1.5 inch strands of hair from my back. My hair is super long. This is another thing, guys, is that don't, and then I'm going to curl away from my face. Again, all of the strands. I feel like, so you're going to be turning to the right if that, I'm sorry, I just want to make sure you guys know what I'm doing. I wanted to mention that if you've watched hair tutorials by big beauty gurus or even just normal people, or you've seen somebody's hair and you're like, why isn't my hair turning out like that? You have to keep in mind that not everybody's texture of hair is the same. Some people have really curly hair, so of course their hair is going to hold a curl better. Some people have super long hair, which again, like I used to never be able to get the right curled hair look that I wanted, and this whole time it's because my hair has been too short for what I've really wanted. Also, when it comes to some beauty gurus, a lot of beauty gurus use hair extensions. So, I'm not saying all of them do, but like some people use hair extensions. So your hair is not going to look the same exactly as theirs because they use hair extensions to make the hair look fuller or longer, what have you. So if your hair doesn't look exactly like a celebrity's or exactly like, you know, somebody else's that you see, just remember that it's because it's different. It's not necessarily because you're doing something wrong or they lied to you or, you know, there's something wrong with you necessarily. It just means that your hair's different, and there's nothing wrong with being different. There's nothing wrong with being different. That's what makes us all special. Yeah, I'm gonna get all like Sunday school teacher on you guys. But no, for real though, being different is fine. You know, everybody finds something to work with their own hair type and their own skin type, and that's great. So yeah, so don't worry if your hair doesn't look exactly or turn out exactly like mine. Like I said, my hair's super long too. That's another difference, is my hair's just ungodly long right now, which is why I curl it more often, because I can't control it if it's not kind of out of my face and whatnot. So I'm gonna keep on curling and spraying in between curls, and then I will show you how I finish up my look. So I wanted to quickly mention, because I don't know if everybody knows this, and if you're like a young girl who's never curled their hair before, this is something nice to know, because I didn't know this until I was a little bit older. When you pull or ready to pull your curl out, don't yank your curl out if you're not using a clipless curler, which by clipless I mean this thing. If you have a clipped curler like I do, do not just rip, like don't just pull your rod out. What you want to do is you want to push down on your clip and let go as you pull down, so that way you get that nice curl. Also, I want to show you, I just realized that I didn't really show you what I was doing in regards to my technique of curling, which again sounds really lame, but just I know that some people don't know, so I'm going to take that. So what I'm going to do is I put my clip on, I'm going to pull down a little bit and twist up, and when I get closer to my scalp, I'm going to push down on the clip a little bit and pull down, push down on the clip a little bit, curl up, push down a little bit until I reach the ends, and then I'm going to finish curling up, if that made any sense. And what that does is it keeps more heat on the inside of your strand of hair and not as much on the end for as long, and it's just, I don't know, it's how I've always been curling my hair, but that is what I do. So again, instead of just yanking your hair out, you want to push down on your clip while you pull your hair out. And then spray, and then flip behind. So I have 2 more strands that I'm going to do, and then I can show you guys how to finish this look up already. Alright guys, I'm down to my last strand, and that includes my kind of side swept bangs that I've kind of outgrown quite a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my curler, and I actually do not curl my bangs too much because I don't want them to be too fluffy. See, they'll fall out naturally as you kind of... Can you see that? I'm like, scrunch down, Kelly, scrunch down. And I'm going to curl that down to my roots, and as you saw, just the ends of my bangs kind of got curled because I don't want them curled. Do you know what I mean? Because then I just look ridiculous. I look like, I don't know, I don't look good. So I'm going to hold that, I'm going to let it go. Pretty. I'm going to spray that, and as you can see, that is what my other side looks like. Now this side is way puffier than this side, so what I'm going to do to add a little bit of body here is I'm going to grab and separate a little strand from this side, and I'm going to curl that one like I did the other side, like really close to my root to kind of get a good, tight, more voluptuous curl. And we'll just sit here and wait, and then I'll pull that out. So then that's a little bit more body right there. And then this is the most important part, guys. So I've noticed that in a lot of videos, people are like, oh, run your fingers through your curls to loosen them up. Every single time I've ever done that to any of my curls, they have just completely gone flat. And I think that's just because my hair is super pin straight. You guys saw it when I first started. That was dried naturally. It just is super straight. So this hairspray really helps hold it in. But if I were to take a brush or use my fingers to comb through my hair, it would just lose all of its curl. So instead what I do is I stand up. Oh look, you see my cool pajama bottoms. So I stand up, and then I'm going to flip my head over, shake it, and then flip it back. And then you kind of just, you keep the curl. Ah, there's stuff in my lip gloss. You keep that nice curl. Don't know what that thing's doing over there. And then it's just nice and full bodied, and it stays. So there it is. There's my curly hair. What is this? Then you can tuck whatever rogue curls or wherever, and then down here, if you feel like some of your curls have fallen flat, just go in and take your curling iron and just curl them back up. Simple as that. Curl that one again. So then you can just go in and recurl whatever you need to curl. You can tell like if there's a flat area on your head or something's not curled as nicely. Just go back in, recurl, respray. Until you finally get the look that you want. So I think after I do this one, I should be good. And then respray. So there is my final look. There are my curls. As you can see, like I said, I have super long hair. So my curls might look different than yours, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you have shorter hair, I would maybe suggest using a smaller curler, maybe like a 1 inch or 1.5. Actually, 1 inch would be too small. I would say 1.5 inch. This is a 2 inch, I believe. But I would use a smaller curler and maybe use a little bit smaller strands in your curls. But this is basically how I get this. For the longest time, I couldn't figure out how people were curling their hair and making it look so nice. And I realized it was because I was curling my hair in the wrong direction. So like I said, what I do is I just curl away from my face. So turning that way away from my face on each side halfway. And then this is how they turn out. So I really like this. It's really great for all day or night. It's really great if I want to pull my hair half back and then I'll just curl my strands after I put my hair up. That looks really nice, and that's what works for me. So I hope this tutorial helped you out. Ugh, there's hair stuck in my lip gloss. Sorry if it was kind of confusing, or if I babbled, or if the video was bad, because I'm using my iPhone, guys. Like, I don't have the right stuff. I need the right stuff. That's what happens. But like I said, I just use my really old Conair curler. I don't use anything to protect my hair, which I probably should, but like I said, it just weighs my hair down, so I don't. And I'm a minimalist. So I just use that, and I use my Herbal Essence Flexible Hold hairspray, which doesn't make my hair super hard. It keeps it shiny and it looks natural. So yeah, so there it is. There are my curls. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. I don't know what that voice was.